hello. What's new? I see you have your little hair thing on, don't you?
I did. And you know what? So remember when we were talking about, and I was
I
like,
should try mine.
oh, this is great. You could just kind of throw it up in your hair. This is
I know,
perfect.
I have
You know
one.
why?
I don't know if it matches my hair color right now, though, because my
Yeah.
hair color is a little bit lighter than it was when I bought it.
Yeah, my ponytail is awesome because I took a nap before this started, and I was like, oh, God, I don't have time to. Ponytail.
All those stupid late night lives keeping you up, girl.
Oh, my God. It was
What's up,
so
Sherry? Hello,
Hi,
hello.
Sherry. Hi, SM.
Man, I've had the day from hell. My God. Hey, SM. It has been like, I don't get it. And you know how hard I try to stay away from, best friend's fan, but Chris is still my
Still my
I
favorite.
I know. Chris, you're watching this, dude.
Still my favorite.
I'm still trying. I'm still trying. I ain't lying.
Still my fave. Still my fave.
I can't even tell you like how much weird crap happened today. It was weird. I was fine at home, and I should have kept it at that.
You should have just stayed home.
Oh yeah, because I don't know. Oh well, I ran over something on the freeway, which never good. I managed to make it off the little freeway onto the off ramp, and like on the right side of the road because I know what I'm supposed to do, but it scared me. So then the old man in the house comes to help me out, which I have AAA, but I'd probably still be sitting there.
Yeah, you would have been on
and
here.
He takes it off and he's like, I don't see anything wrong with his tire. Like, I can't figure it out. There's no hole. There's no nothing. When we got home, he finally saw it. He goes, well, it looks like you ran over something with a nail, but the problem now, and it's a brand new tire, it's puckered on each side. So I'm like, uh-oh. I think I messed it up by driving it while it was flat.
You didn't have a choice, though, right? I mean, you're not going to.
I didn't have a choice because I was on the off ramp from the freeway. And let me tell you something. People fly on that off ramp. I know because I do.
Right.
That's why I knew I had to get off of there. Like, I had to get off of there.
Right.
And then we go to put my little donut tire on it, and it's half flat.
Well, we would rather
I got free food in my car that I don't have to worry about. It's probably $75 worth of food. I don't know.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? Just to get this done. He followed me home. I got custard on the way.
Of course you did.
I know, I did. I'm like, okay. I'm like, this requires chocolate custard. I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna eat it.
Right.
Sorry.
Right.
I understand these girls, their struggles a little bit more every day.
Oh my God, do I ever?
I'm starting to really, really understand them.
Well, not only am I starting. Well, first off, we're covering 1,000-pound best friends.
Right. I empathize, but I mean, I have more empathy now that I think than I used to.
It's funny because, being somebody who has spent, I feel like most of my later adult life with having to go and diet and struggling now with weight, and wanting to diet, and trying to diet. And I've done keto where I was through the doctor and I was only on 750 calories a day.
750 a day?
750 calories a day. Cause it's like getting you into true ketosis, and you can only be there for, I don't know, like less than 3 months or something like that. It's rapid weight loss, very fast.
Wow.
Yeah, shakes, and it was no actual food. It was all shakes when I first did it. It's very extreme, but it's funny watching.
Can it be chocolate custard shakes?
No. Oh, they had chocolate pudding. They did have chocolate shakes and chocolate pudding.
Okay.
And it was actually pretty good. I'm going to tell you, that first 5 days of being on the diet, well, they say 5 to 7 days is when you actually go into actual ketosis, where you can't, like, your hunger is gone. Though, of course, I was a 7-dayer and not a 5-dayer. And by the 5th day, I would have probably eaten a sofa cushion if you would have put ketchup on it. I mean, that is so hungry. But once I hit it, that was it. And I mean, I was not hungry. I was fine. the thing is that
Sweet
you
Andy
gotta
says 750 calories, and
750
she's got
calories.
some choice emojis for that.
Yes, it was really tough. It was not easy.
I have to agree with those emojis. I'd be like,
Yeah.
no.
Yes, it was not easy. The problem is that you got to stick with those programs, and I lost, a good like 35, almost 40 pounds, and I was like, I'm fine. I don't need to continue with this. This is great, and I kept it off for probably a good year. Started creeping back up, and now definitely back to what the weight was, where I was before. It's not easy, but I can relate.
COVID did me in. And I as much as I hate to change to go, oh, let's blame it on COVID. I don't have choice because I was really on a roll, and I was doing keto, and I was able to find pretty much everything I needed, and I made sure and kept all the right foods in the house. And I had gotten so used to not having sweets at all that I never craved them. And if I did, it would be just like a little something, I'd have like a little tiny something. And then COVID hit, and I was like, I just want to have, and for some reason, I was, because I think everybody can relate to this, especially in the very beginning. Yeah. For a hot minute, it was like, oh, cool, we get to stay at home and do fun things with our kids and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then it turned from that to like, okay, really? Like, I love my kid a lot. But now I'm starting to love sweets even more.
I got to the point where
the 42 pounds that I lost, let's just say
all back.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I working traditionally, in the office setting, and not having the option of the 7-Eleven in my kitchen. I put on 15 pounds real fast because
exactly, Annie.
I had that freedom,
Yeah. And she's right though. It did the same thing to me. It caused me to have anxiety and depression and that feeling of not being able to get out. You didn't even feel good if you got out and did something because you were worried because we didn't know, what was really going to take place, what was really going to happen. So, of course, when I got out, I was like, oh, I can have this food or I can have this food. I'm going to go with the bad food.
Right.
Of course, I chose the bad food because I started craving like all the carbs that I've been just depriving myself of for like 8 months, 6 months, 8 months. It was not good. Wait, what did she say? Every night I eat a chocolate tasty cake or hers. Oh,
Sally, man.
I like the sounds of that. I like the sounds.
So
of
good.
That.
So good.
Yummy.
Sounds so delicious.
See, I knew that she and I were on some sort of right vibe there. I felt it.
You felt it.
Well, we didn't actually cover the first episode, and there wasn't a whole.
Yeah.
So
it was sort of like the introduction of the girl.
It was the introduction, and it turns out, and I did not know this because you and I had discussed this a little bit in our DMs, that I didn't know both women were on Too Large.
Yes.
So I should include that in here. I should hashtag that as well. But I did know one of them was.
Yes.
And we have Vanessa and Megan are kind of the main two girls.
Yeah. So they got the spinoff from being on. So Too Large is Dr. Proctor's show.
Right.
Really around Dr. Proctor. Another guy. So happy we have another show with Dr. Proctor. But Too Large is actually a Dr. Proctor show that features some of his patients. And Megan is on the show. She had the gastric sleeve. And then Vanessa was introduced on one of the episodes because she was trying to get Vanessa to have the surgery. So her actually introduction to weight loss started in Megan's episode of Too Large when he so that's why she's like, I've come to Dr. Proctor a couple of times, but I've never taken it serious because Vanessa, when she was approved for surgery, I think Vanessa came even before Megan had surgery. I think that she brought Vanessa along.
She had to get to a certain weight to get approved, and she never got approved.
Right. Vanessa
Which,
never got it. She failed on Too Large. Megan obviously succeeded, and she's,
and there's something about her I find endearing. I don't know. I like her. I feel like she's had a not so wonderful upbringing.
No, and I think that we're probably going to find out next week because they're in.
I hope she really. Yeah, right. And I know we're going to get into this in the episode, but I really do hope that she gets a little more involved with the therapy.
Because I kind of got to tell you, I feel like Vanessa is my Tammy.
Oh, I hope not.
I you know what? I like Vanessa. I think that
she has a really hard time with the her addiction is strong.
Her addiction is strong.
It's got a hold of her.
She snaps really bad when she doesn't get what she wants. We've already kind of seen a couple of blow-ups that she's had I know, because of not getting what he wanted. So I'm a little concerned. I have a feeling she may end up.
I always go into it with a positive attitude.
You do.
You know what? I know that only literally like 5% of people who get like that heavy actually succeed in losing the weight and sticking with it. I get that.
Yeah. Right.
I'm rooting for the 5%. I'm rooting for every one of them, but I really hope that all these girls are in the 5%.
Right.
Out of 4 of them, it's probably not likely, but you never know. You never know.
All right, let's get into it.
Let's do it. All right. So I kind of hated that I started with this picture, and just so y'all know, I've actually reached out to both women, and I did leave them a link to our channel. So, Vanessa, I apologize that I started with this picture, but it kind of tells a story because, I mean, this was supposed to be an eating healthy day, and clearly it's not.
Well, and so before when they were going to go get the bad food, this is where the sister now, you're starting to see that, I'm starting to hear echo. This is where the sister dynamic comes into effect.
Yes.
Because she was like, well, we had salad yesterday. Let's go have something good.
Well, just because you had salad yesterday doesn't mean you can't have it today.
Exactly. And I was like, oh, that's a bad sign.
That's a bad sign.
Yes.
And I get it. That is her sister, and she loves her sister. So I understand that. But I have noticed within a lot of these shows, 1,000-pound sisters, 600-pound life, Too Large, all those, there's always an enabler.
Always. Susie, I think that this sister is beyond an enabler.
Oh, yeah. I think she's an antagonizer.
And a sabotager. Yep, I don't feel like she wants her to lose weight at all.
I feel the same, and I don't really understand why. Do you?
Well, I think that they have a codependency. They said a little bit. She kind of gave us a little bit of insight when she was with the therapist, because she said that her and her sister have never been separated. They've pretty much always lived together. They've been like the best of friends, thick as thieves. And I kind of feel like her sister, how like a partner or spouse, when you're overweight, hi Rachel, they'll continue to feed you because they're so afraid that they're going to lose you if you lose weight.
Right.
I kind of feel like with her sister, it's almost like that. If you lose weight and you get a life, I feel like you might leave me. It's a weird, I think we're going to find out obviously more as the next episodes come in, but it sounds like from Megan, when she was talking about it, it's always been like this. Yep.
Oh, see, she literally said, I do have my sister that likes to sabotage. She knows this. And let me tell you what little bit that I know from therapy is self-awareness is a huge thing. Yeah. As long as you're aware of it. Now, she's aware of it because she said it right there.
Yes.
So she knows that her sister is very prone to sabotaging her diets and stuff, which we saw in this episode. And I was like, oh my God,
100%.
I wanted to just like be like, oh man, not cool.
And let me tell you, the last time that I had a Burger King Whopper, and I saw that, you know,
Thank
and now
you,
your first picture.
Rachel.
Thanks, Rachel. You need to put a trigger warning up because I saw that Whopper again in that picture, and I was like, oh my God, I want a Whopper so bad.
I need a so I need a trigger warning.
You need a trigger warning. It's food porn. You need a trigger warning because now I want a Whopper.
Yo, mods, throw in a trigger warning there.
Oh my God, Vanessa girl, I'm with you. I love the Whopper. Oh God, I want a Whopper.
I tell you what, these girls are sassy now. There's something about, I love Georgia. That is one of my favorite states I've ever been to. I really do like it down there.
Mm-hmm.
So then I've already been introduced to Megan.
Yes.
Because like I said, I did watch her on Too Large,
Mm-hmm.
and I still have some episodes I haven't watched. I'm assuming Vanessa is on one of them. She says, okay, she's way better than where she was, which is true because I watched her episode and she lost, was 150 pounds.
Yeah, and now she's like at 200. I think that she's lost a total of 200 pounds. Well, this was in this episode. This episode, they were saying, you know, she's like, you know, she's down. Well, she says almost 200 pounds. I'll be honest with you. I say, oh, I'm down almost 20 pounds, but I'm really down like maybe 13. You know, round up. I got to round up. It makes me feel better.
Oh, I see. You round up. Okay, got you. There you go, Rachel. There you go.
Yeah.
Love it. And y'all better watch out because Rachel is getting me addicted to other weird shows. Oh, and I'm gonna.
Oh my God, Rachel, the other show that you brought up. Yep, that's a must. It's a must.
Y'all will just have to see because, honey, let me tell y'all something. Well, you know what? Actually, when we're done here at the very end, I'll tell you to watch it because you need to watch it, or you don't have to. I can just bring up some pictures on here, really big and nice, and y'all can be like, "Whoa, what the hell is that?"
What the hell is
so
that?
We have the big group here, which I like. I like this that they have. However, they're all, you know, large women.
Yeah, we got the introduction now of Tina and Ashley. They're now, you know, so now we got the fierce foursome.
And Ashley is the one that already had weight loss surgery, correct? And then gained it all back.
That is correct. Yes.
And so just so y'all don't know, she is the one in the black shirt with the lips with the leopard print on them. Yeah. So she's right in the middle of this picture. That's Ashley. And then the one to the left is, wait, you said Tina, right?
That's Tina. And that is Megan's roommate. They live in the basement, which is great because, you know, when you're going through, when you're doing a weight loss journey together and you actually have somebody. Now, Megan's fiance seems fabulous. I mean, this guy is like, he seems like he is just the best guy ever. Very sweet. He's like another Michael, you know, very supportive, whatever Megan needs. He's there for her, helped her a lot when she was 500 pounds. But, you know, it doesn't appear that he really has weight issues. And the fact that she can do this with somebody, like she came upstairs and Tina was making shakes for them in the morning, already starting out. I already got her protein shakes ready. We're good.
Right.
You know, this is great because she doesn't have somebody in the house that's sabotaging her.
Exactly. And she seems to be very strict on that as well.
Yes.
Here's an actual picture of, so y'all can see the little bit of the before and after here because this is the way they showed it on the screen. So this is Megan's before and after shot. And now she was in really, really poor health. I mean, really poor health.
Yes.
And granted, she's still not all the way there, but she's getting there.
Yes.
She's getting there. She is let me tell you, 150 pounds is a whole person. That's a lot to lose.
Right.
Y'all are going to love my next picture.
Dr. Proctor.
Give me Dr. Proctor. I tried to get a whole lot more of him, but I thought, yes, the man. The man himself. Oh, yeah. I literally catch on fire when I see this man come on TV. I'm like, oh, my goodness.
So funny.
And everybody else doesn't either because they even talked about it on the show.
10 pictures of everybody else, 55 pictures of Dr. Proctor.
50 of Dr. Proctor, and well, the ladies they might get a little sideshow there.
And here's Dr. Proctor standing up, and here's Dr. Proctor sitting down, and here's
here's Dr. Proctor talking, here's Dr. Proctor smiling, here's Dr. Proctor existing in the world.
Just existing. Yeah,
you know what? I love how, and I'm going to get to, I think I actually took screenshots of one. I think it's Megan who has pictures of him on the refrigerator.
Okay.
There was a couple other places that she listed. I want to say she said the bathroom. That could be wrong. The pantry, I think. The refrigerator, the pantry.
I guess instead of putting up pictures of her old self, she put up Dr. Proctor to motivate her. However, I probably think that she's like with the rest of us, and she was using that as an excuse with her fiance to be able to have pictures of Dr. Proctor all over the house. I'm just saying. I'm on to you, Megan. I get it. I do the same thing.
Here's Dr. Proctor breathing. Dr. Proctor sleeping. We don't care what he's doing. If he's doing it, it's all good. Yeah. Bathroom? I thought they said bathroom. They might have been exaggerating though, Sherry. Right. I'm not sure. Oh my, I could look at this handsome man all day long. Y'all, there's a big story behind Dr. Proctor. And you know what? I will do a short and share it. I'll upload it for y'all because it's kind of interesting. Okay, so then we had, oh, bless her heart. Okay, we had Vanessa come in. Vanessa and her son came in to weigh, and Vanessa was supposed to be down below 400, right?
Yes.
She was at 441.6, which really sucks because previously, and they showed this, I'm assuming from Too Large, where she had gotten down to 427. So she had lost weight.
Yes.
But now she's creeping back up.
Yes.
Not good.
Right. And I love, I think, Vanessa had a big aha moment leading up to this is when her and her son went grocery shopping.
Yep.
And she was watching her son struggle with the groceries, and he was out of breath and everything. And I there was like a big aha moment. And she even said when she was sitting out on the porch with him, I blame myself. This is a product of how I raised you. And you're 18. You shouldn't be out of breath by bringing in groceries.
Right. And here he is.
Yes, I know.
And I'm trying to remember his name. I'm the worst. I should have written it down.
I keep wanting to say Andre, but I don't think it's Andre.
I don't remember, but we'll get it. This, y'all have to remember, this is a new show for us too. So anyway, the son, they said, well, we're going to weigh him in as two, because I was not expecting this at all. Honestly, Raquel, I was not expecting it.
I wasn't.
I saw this
either.
number and I went, oh my God. He weighs 25 pounds more than his mother.
Yes. I was like, did not. Let's go with Bobby. I don't remember. Let's go with Bobby. We're just going to, for tonight's show, he's going to be Bobby. Thanks, Sherry. I would have guessed with like his height and the way, but people wear their weight differently. I would have easily guessed probably in the 300s, not almost 500 pounds.
No, I mean, I didn't see it. I didn't see it when he was, standing up, moving around, anything, sitting down. I just didn't see it. I did not see that much weight on him. Right. And then, now, oh my gosh. Hello. Hello. In another life, this is going to be my husband. But he does have a point here where she says, I want to prove to you that I can do it. And he says, it's not about you proving anything to me. You got to prove it to yourself.
Right. Well, and this was another one of her moments too, because when she was in there and when they weighed Bobby, Sherry,
Bobby,
her emotions just got the best of her. Crying. I don't know if you remember, she was crying. Like at one point they showed her where it looked like almost hysterically. And her thinking, oh my God, like, what have I done? Like, my child at 18 should not almost be 500 pounds. And I really,
No, and girl, he is young. That means he
yes.
is heading down a road of
And that's what
really,
Dr.
really,
Proctor said.
yeah,
That was the last picture. You're heading down the road to misery because,
yeah,
you don't, like, generally, if you're at this weight at 18, you're not going to be making healthy choices, and you have a long life of not making healthy choices and being overweight and ending up one of those 750, 800-pound guys that are going to end up being bedridden.
well, right. And you can see with him being as young as he is, and he's
Yes.
also said, I'm not as active as I used to be, and that's on me. He did say that.
Right. He did.
Honey, it is so scary. It really is. Well,
It
that's
is.
not what we're looking at right now, but that's scary. That's true, Sherry.
Yep.
Her eating habits are now, they're rolling over into the
Mhm.
family's eating habits, because whatever she buys or provides is what they're
Mhm.
eating.
Yes.
And I'm
But
not one to talk.
but another point too, Susie, though, let's bring up the sister. I
Yep.
would have left that doctor's office, gone home, and probably punched my sister in the face.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what I would have done. And then I would have explained to her, not only have you sabotaged
You're breaking up
me,
there, girly, unless it's me.
you've sabotaged your nephew. And every time that you bring in bad food, expecting me to eat it, right? He's how do they call it? No, there's four of them, Sherry. It's Vanessa, Megan, Dina, and Ashley. Yep, there's four best friends. Best friends.
Yeah, I wonder if they're calling it that because that's
I don't know what happened to
place that
Susie.
they're wanting to get to per person. They probably want to get to less than 250.
Yeah,
But
well, they're playing off of 1,000 pounds.
1,000-pound
all
sisters is what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, they're playing off of that because obviously they're not going to be like 3,000-pound best friends. Well, I don't think they're 3,000 pounds, but you know what I'm talking. I think that
right.
Hi, Kitty. Yeah, I really, really hope that, but I mean, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. Hopefully, Vanessa not doing it for her. Maybe this time she's going to be doing it for her son. And making sure that, this will be like a turning point for him, not counting the other three women. You're not counting the other three women.
Okay, so here's our other girl. Look at
Ashley.
her.
Yes.
Look at Ashley. And by the way, I think I follow her on Instagram, just so y'all know. I found, and if anybody's interested in following them, I found Vanessa's, Megan's. Of course, I follow Dr. Proctor. I follow Dr. Smith. Follow everybody at this point. But I'm pretty sure Ashley's might have showed up as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely
look
following
at how
Megan.
good she looks, though. She said she lost approximately 60, 65 pounds.
Yes.
And she was doing really well. And then all of a sudden, she started going back up again. And I think she's heavier now than she was before she got the surgery.
Yes, that's what she said. She's like, she gained all of her weight back, then some. And that was the sleeve. She didn't get bypass. She got the sleeve. But this is what you were talking about. Only 5% are really, truly successful. She's one of those cases of where she wasn't, because the sleeve only gives you the tool for a while, but then your stomach starts to expand. So if you go back to eating really bad foods, or maybe she never actually stopped eating bad foods, because the sleeve is a little different than gastric bypass, you're more likely to gain it back later because, eventually your stomach's going to start to stretch. You start eating, Whoppers. Girl, God, I got Whopper on the mind.
And I don't like Whoppers.
Maybe a Whopper.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yes, they weigh in over.
I see what you're saying.
Themselves.
So here, I love that they decided to go do this. The pool actually is a very good place to exercise.
It is.
They're right. for many reasons, not for just large people, but for people who have like I have fibromyalgia and a couple other things that go on. And I can get in the water and you feel light. You feel as light and free, and you can move around like you can't move around that much, on land.
Yeah.
It is most definitely and a lot of times you get more exercise in the water than you even realize. You ever notice when you go for a long day of swimming, you get out and you're like, wow, I'm exhausted, I'm starving. It's because your body is gotten way more exercise than you can possibly even imagine. What does Sally Mae say? My friend's father got the sleeve and was up and down for years, but it's been over 2. Oh, no. I hate to hear that. Hey, Angela. Uh-oh. Is it me, y'all, or do you hear her breaking up?
Wow.
Hold on. I'm going to drop you for a minute. Hold on, Raquel. Okay. You back?
I know.
Can you hear me?
And I got you. Committee girls.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. It's Raquel.
Good. I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. That's better.
Hello.
Okay, so I thought this was an interesting place for them to go. I don't know.
Am I better?
Yeah, you're better. You're better now.
Okay. Yeah,
no,
I got to commend them. That's because being a big girl and being that size and going to the pool, a public pool with all eyes on you, that's false.
Girl, I'm not even nearly as big as some of these women. I'm still like terrified. Oh, here's what I say.
I felt so bad for her too. She climbed all the way up the stairs.
Here she is right there. And you know what though? This was interesting. Okay, I realized that once she got up there and the guy did tell her there's a weight limit. But the one thing that did happen right here is that she made it up all those steps.
She did.
And that in itself was a big, big feat for her. I'm sure it was.
Yes.
Because I can tell you right now, I don't bother with those stupid things unless they're pretty small. Because I ain't going up 50,000 steps. I'm not doing it.
Nope. When she went back to the table and she started crying, I felt so bad for her because I was like, okay, so yeah, the negative is that you got all the way up the stairs and you couldn't go down the slide.
Right.
But look that you got up the stairs. Like that should be big. Like talk about exercise. I don't
exercise.
Yeah.
Like a lot of bigger women or bigger people in general cannot do that.
And she did it.
And here's where she was really bummed out because she's like 350 and he goes, yeah. So I mean, but weren't technically a few of the girls maybe a little bit bigger than 350?
I think so.
I think they were too.
Right.
I kind of questioned that. I was kind of like, But I mean, either way, I get it.
But do you think there would have been a sign down at the bottom so that you don't come all the way up at the top?
But it's TLC, honey. They got to do stuff for the drama.
Yeah, they got to do stuff for the drama.
Got to make it a little more exciting.
Super proud of her making it all the way up the stairs, making it all because I
was too because I was like, damn girl, I wouldn't have made it up.
My ass would have been sitting up at the top. I would have been sitting up at the top, and I would have been like, well, then you better find somebody to come and get me.
I've been like, you better get something to put me down on the down the steps because I ain't going back down. Earlier there should have been, yeah, that's true, and they probably should, to be honest, Sherry. But it looked like, it wasn't an actual water park. It was kind of a smaller, type. I mean, it was a pool. It just happened to have the little slides. So we have. Okay, this is interesting. When they went shopping for healthy food, and I'm literally using, because I figured out, unless they were putting on a show here, that they really aren't familiar with what's healthy and what's not. Now, I knew the minute that they said they were picking up spinach pasta the chances of that having hardly any spinach of it weren't going to be good.
Right.
You have to read what's in it on the back.
Right. Well, and I got to I also feel like with this, I feel like this was a little made for TV. I agree. I do think that they went in not understanding what like they were looking for healthy things, what their idea of healthy things were. And maybe
they were talking about, here's a tater, because she said she needed a side. Here, you love your taters, here's a tater. And actually I say taters all the time.
Right.
Exactly, Sherry. Same. See what I'm saying? Wait, you're 1/3 of that. Damn, you little big girl. But I was. The minute she picked up the bag of potatoes, I just cringed. I'm like, I thought they told y'all low carb.
Oh, I love taters too. Yeah, I kind of feel like I
love taters.
I don't know if this was set up or if they purposely put them in a store that had healthier options. Because
that's a possibility.
I feel like their choices may have been different if they were in a regular grocery store where they would have had to choose between something that I would normally buy, what in my mind is healthy, or I'm in a healthy market, so I have no choice and I'm going to pick things because in my mind it's a market and everything is healthy. So I'm going to try to.
I wonder too, because you did notice that they took them to a certain location, right?
Yes, they were not in.
Look at how excited she is about making potato salad.
I love potato salad as much as chicken salad.
She's so excited about that. She says, "Oh, I'm gonna make me some potato salad."
Oh my god, I loved it.
And then did you notice though that oh my gosh, Vanessa said, but it has mayonnaise and eggs and that. I was thinking, yep, she's thinking right though. It does have all that stuff in it. There's nothing low fat about potato salad.
No. You can make a lower fat potato salad by using like mayonnaise but
you can. But low carb is the main goal for these people when they start losing weight. Have you ever noticed, like you see Dr. Now and all these bariatric doctors in general seem to be on the same wavelength when it comes to their dietary habits, and it's almost always low carb, high protein, and there's a reason for it because it works. And then we had oh, there you go.
Well, there used to be this.
She just said exactly what you just said.
Yeah. So you're giving me the illusion that I'm eating healthy, right? Like that was the label. Remember, that's when they were talking about.
Yes, because foods are labeled that way. She goes, "Have you ever?" She goes, "Did you notice that they'll put like a fruit or a piece of some type of vegetable on the front of something and go, a healthier version, da 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 da." But like the girl said, if you don't look at what's in it, you don't ever know what you're actually getting.
Yeah, I know that Vanessa had asked, and she's like, okay, well, what about tortillas? Like if I got the sun-dried tomato tortilla or the spinach tortilla. And I'll be honest with you, we try to eat very clean. We try to eat very healthy. I never realized, quite honestly, because we normally would get wheat, but she was right. Obviously, she's a nutritionalist. She's going to be right. But she's like, all it really is just food coloring. There's not very much. That
it only adds color.
0.03 spinach, but just because it had a piece of spinach on the front of that pasta, it gave the illusion that it's pasta made out of spinach, and it's not.
Exactly.
It's not pasta made out of spinach.
Exactly. Well, this is where we go into back in that. Now that he's sitting down, I can kind of see.
Right.
Because he's sitting next to an adult and another. Apparently, that's Vanessa's other child, right?
Yes.
And this would piss me off too. She brought in pancakes, the eggs. She probably could have eaten. The sausage, it had not been, if it was like turkey sausage, she probably could have eaten that. But she brought in eggs and sausage and pancakes and donuts. I mean, all the crap that was sitting on this table. I'm just like, seriously? That is what y'all eat for breakfast? There is your problem, or at least part
Yeah.
of it.
Right.
Like, are you kidding me? I'm sorry. I would have thrown those donuts at that girl's face.
Yep, she could have gone and got
here she goes.
vegetable omelets and stuff like that. There's so many other choices, a yogurt with
Especially for
granola.
breakfast. Breakfast has the most options, in my opinion.
Yeah. Lots of options.
You can do like Greek yogurt, the unsweetened Greek yogurt with like blueberries. There's so many options. It's insane. But did you notice
and remember too, going back to the grocery store, Megan had asked the nutritionalist, she's like, how many carbs should I have a day? And she's like, between 50 and 80. And Vanessa's like, well, what about for me? And she's like, well, you really should be between 50 and 80 to prep you for surgery. And they're like, well, what about the calories? And they're like, 1,200. And I'm going to be really honest. That kind of struck me for a minute because I'm like, you both have already been through Dr. Proctor's program.
Right. They have to know
already met with their nutritionalist before. You already know. You should already have these tools and know what it is that you need.
I wonder if they're asking that question so that information can be put out for others who aren't, real familiar with kind of how many carbs a day they can have and how many calories and whatnot. Because here's the hard part. Not having many carbs, but also not having many calories is really hard.
Yes.
Because the things that are low in carb are a lot of times high in fat, therefore high in calories. I can tell you that. I do dirty keto. I'm going to say it right now. I'm not a clean keto eater. If I want bacon and eggs for breakfast, by gosh, I'm going to have bacon and eggs. But guess how many calories are in bacon?
Right, which is not heart healthy.
No, it's not. But do you know what? My triglycerides and my cholesterol and all of those numbers were lower when I was doing keto than they've ever been in my entire life.
Yeah. Right.
So I think it depends on the person.
Right.
But this girl, she just like, she wouldn't be, she goes, if I bought salads, she'd just be grouchy all the time. She wouldn't be, she goes, if she just eat, she wouldn't be so grouchy. And she goes, she's just hungry. And I'm like, well, yeah, she's hungry because she's a big girl.
Right.
Doesn't mean you need to get her this.
Think of somebody. Okay, I know me at my weight, struggling to do low carb and eat anywhere between 1,200 and 1,500 calories. I'm grouchy. I'm hungry. It's a big shift in the way that the way that you think about food. Imagine being 441 pounds and you're used to intaking 8,000 calories a day. And now you're being told you need to eat 1,200. That is, I'm sorry, but there's not enough there's not enough lettuce and carrots and vegetables out there. Where, because reality is that on a 1,200 calorie diet,
well, see, I
you
think
can
that's
still
why
grade.
That's why they tell you to eat so much protein, is because protein makes you feel full.
Yes.
Whereas
but if you needed to graze, you'd be able to. You can cut up cucumbers, you can cut up vegetables. And if you go into the kitchen where normally you'd be going in and getting like sweets or a soda or something like that, and you take a handful of carrots and you shove them in your mouth, at least you've gotten the satisfaction of I've eaten something. Right. And it's not, 1,000 calories, it's only maybe 15 to 20 calories. But still, when you are that size, you crave, your body chemistry is craving the grease, the carbs. You've changed your body. That this is, the donuts. Now I want a donut. Thank you. Really, seriously, trigger warning.
Well, that's when you have to get that switch. You have to do, and like she said, it has to be okay. This I've never heard it explained better in my entire life. Where she kept telling sister, stop bringing the bad foods into the house. She was like, you're literally killing me. And she goes, it's like a drug addict, and you handing a drug addict or putting drugs right in front of someone who has an addiction to it is the exact same thing. And that's when it hit me. I really didn't even take it into account until I started hearing her talk so much about the actual addiction part. Because I don't think, come on, people don't just get this way because, they're lazy and they don't want to get up and do anything. There's always an underlying reason for the way that, the reason
I would
they got
say for the most part, there is an underlying reason.
Yes.
I mean, there have been, I do know that there's been a couple of 600-pound life where it is just really is food addiction. They just have an addict. They started at a young age. Food tastes good. They never, they didn't have parents that stopped them. They let them eat whatever they wanted to. And next thing you know, they're 600 pounds.
Right.
But
Well, that's what she said. Hers is strictly food addiction.
Right.
It wasn't an addiction.
Underlying trauma. Right. Or something.
But if you're going through weight loss and this is your doctor.
Yeah. Well, doctor, it's kind of
I kind of love that picture right there. She's like, oh, wait, are you there? Oh my gosh, you're breaking up so bad. I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all. My co-host with the brown hair, she's somewhere back there. I loved this because you can see that this picture is pretty used up. So she has definitely had it on the refrigerator or something. Yeah. Which should have picked a better picture. Yeah. Or maybe one of him smiling or something. Oh, hold on. You're really bad right now. Hold on. I'm going to remove you and add you back. Okay.
Something. Hear me?
There you go. That's better. But yeah, I mean, could you imagine?
Am I there?
I don't know if that Cloudy McClouders. Cloudy McClouders. Hello, Cloudy. If you just came in here to get clout, well then step out.
You need to step out. This is
step
not
out,
where you
Cloudy. No Cloudy going on in here. But yeah, I thought that this was super cute because she's got. I've got one of these everywhere I could put one, and then of course Vanessa had her take on that too. She goes, "Yeah, I know where the other one is." I'm just like, okay, we want to address that. But these two, okay, so here's where they're sitting down and they're talking to.
Really quickly with this, do you recognize the therapist?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
from Too Large. Wait, where else is she from?
She was the therapist that Dr. Proctor sent Tammy and Amy to.
That was the same one?
Yes, that is the same therapist.
Shut up. Are you sure?
Yes, that is the one that both of the sisters went to go see, where Amy was saying that she doesn't feel like that it's always her fault and everything else, and Tammy just completely shut down. And I thought this therapist is fabulous. And I was sad that Tammy didn't get an opportunity to see her more, but that's because this is a therapist that's local to Dr. Proctor.
I feel like, though, that one of them went to another therapist that was not
Tammy.
This woman.
Yeah, Tammy went to her own therapy.
Yeah, because remember they had to scoot everything around in the room. Yeah. And by the way, I did feel like that therapist was very judgy. I'm sorry.
She was, and she even seemed judgy. But no, she was being judgy. It's either in the second or third season of and it may have even been the second, it might have been before Amy got her surgery, that Dr. Proctor sent both of them to go see a therapist. He's like, your codependency issues are really bad. I want you to go see our therapist. And they went. The two of them were together. It's the first and only time that they've actually been in therapy together. So I'm so happy to see her back because she was great with Amy. We've seen her on Too Large. I mean, she's a really good therapist, but she did wonders. She was. I'm
very impressed with her. Very impressed. Uh-oh, you're breaking up again. What is going on with your stuff tonight, girl? Your Wi-Fi.
Right.
Wait, you're looking for your friend Clout Walters? I have seen Clout Walters.
Or can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Cloudy, I have seen Clout Walters around. Clout Walters seems to kind of make the rounds.
He does have Clout Walters.
Yeah.
I think we're too PG for Clout Walters.
Oh, you think that's what it is? That's probably true.
I think we're a little too PG. Um, yeah,
Is this out of? This is clearly like where they did a phone call. Oh, because you remember Megan was craving. There was potato salad in the refrigerator for the kids or something.
right.
And she was going to make that. So this is totally out of. Sorry, they're out of sync. I'm sorry, y'all. I hate when this happens. We'll go back to here's her name, Connie Stapleton.
Yes.
She is a bariatric psychologist. So she specializes. This is what she does all day, every day.
Yes.
And I really think she is wonderful at it.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I do. I have high regards for this lady right here. Because I think she seems so caring, so thoughtful. And she listens. She listens to what they're saying.
Right.
And takes it into account.
A really good therapist, and we actually saw her do this in the show, which I was so happy that and she did it really well, was that a therapist never tells you what you need to do, right? A therapist has you come to your own conclusion on what it is that, whatever your reasonings are. If it's reason, if it's inclusion, if it's what you have to do. And that whole look at yourself in the mirror, and I'm going to be the mirror. I'm going to talk back to you. I'm going to respond to you. That you just saw Megan go, huh. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because the things that she was seeing is not what the mirror was seeing. The mirror was telling her something totally opposite. Girl, if I had a mirror like that every day, they were saying, but I don't see you that way. I see you this way. I would be like, oh, look at that. I like you, mirror. Instead, I walk past my mirror and I turn my head, girl. I turn my head. Uh-oh, you're breaking up again. Hold on. I'm going to remove you.
Yeah.
Hold on. There you go.
Okay.
Your Wi-Fi is really sketchy tonight. Are you having bad weather? No,
not at all. I'm not, and I don't think it's the Wi-Fi, because I'm on work calls all day, and it never. I don't know. Maybe I might need to reboot this computer. I haven't rebooted this computer in a while. So,
and also streaming takes up a lot more.
Yeah,
it takes up a lot. People don't realize it uses a lot. Uses a lot of bandwidth.
Right.
Okay, we have.
I just thought that she did fantastic with Megan. I think that Megan had a lot of those moments. She did some soul searching while she was sitting there. I agree. I need a mirror that tells me that I'm beautiful and fabulous and, should be happy in my own skin. I thought, I can't wait to see what the discussion is, what the rest of the discussion is with Vanessa, because
there's going to be more.
Started talking about the sister, that kind of like codependency type of thing. Can you at least think about?
She brought up this guy too.
Yes.
Oh, I see that my picture up there, my little thumbnail is. It's okay if it's covering his face anyway. I think they covered it.
He was putting it out anyway. You could.
Yeah, he was blurred out anyways. Right. But she said that. Remember, she said that she wasn't physically abused, but she was mentally and emotionally abused.
Yes.
And and it wasn't just by him, it was the entire family. So that is what really started. That's what catapulted like her whole eating for comfort situation. She talked about that on this episode. And oh my God, gaining 300 pounds.
Yes. And she was with him for 9 years. Yeah, 9 years. And she told the therapist that she would go out and eat in the parking lot so that she didn't have to be there. And then she came to the realization is that she wasn't lonely when she had food.
Right.
And I was like, holy shit. Food comforted you for you not to be lonely while you were in this emotional roller coaster of a relationship. And I was like,
Which,
holy
if you
crap.
think about it, it makes sense. Like some people
It does.
drink, some people
Mhm.
go get high or whatever. In her case, she ate
Right.
because she
And
thought it was going to make her feel better.
I kind of feel like she even looked like she was bigger when she was with them. It might just be like the dress that she was wearing, but
It could be that little angle because angles
Yeah.
are everything, but she does look really big there.
yeah,
She looks quite a bit larger.
right.
Because, well, if you think about it, if she said she gained nearly 300 pounds while in that marriage, think
Mhm.
about if she started out at 200 or
Right.
close to it. She
Right.
probably was a little heavier there.
You know what she needed? She needed a ponytail back then.
Yeah,
If I
exactly.
would have known her, I would have sent her a ponytail.
You think so? That would have solved all her problems. Well, here's where she even said, and this is not her saying this. This is actually, I think, Vanessa saying it.
Mhm.
During my 9-year marriage, I chose to probably eat my problems away, and probably just when I took the screenshot, it brought Megan's face into picture. But if you look at Megan's face, though, look how much thinner she looks. Though she looks so much better.
She looks so much better. And it's sad because, again, with people that struggle with weight gain and dieting, you know, I feel it, and I can 100% relate to her with she sees herself as a 500-pound person. She can't get past that, you know?
Well, see, I have the opposite problem because I've been thin almost my entire life. So I have a hard time seeing myself as being heavy.
Yes.
Because I've been thin for so long. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like I look in the mirror and go, oh, yeah, I'm only 125 pounds. I don't see that. But I have a really hard time adjusting to the fact that I have put on weight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's face it. There are a lot of people who do fluctuate in their weight.
Right, they do.
You know, my intentions are well, they are to change, but, you know, not today. But I will.
Because you had custard.
I felt really bad where she said right here, I wish I knew how to get out of this. Now, this, I'm pretty sure, was this Vanessa or Megan saying that? Because Vanessa is kind of thinking about, she's considering leaving the house that she's now living in with her sister.
Yeah.
And I kind of think that might be the best thing for her.
Yeah, that's what the therapist had said. The therapist was like, can you consider it? Just think about it. I'm hearing a lot of
even here she says she's put everybody else's needs above her own and everyone else above her own life. Always. Which that happens a lot with.
Yeah.
And here was her answer. Not sure if she's ready to turn her world upside down. I get it. I 100% get it. Uh-oh, did you leave me again?
Yep.
There you go.
I get it too. I understand. I didn't leave you.
Oh, okay. I could barely hear you.
Yeah. Can you?
Well, I'm going to.
Did you take me down and bring me back up?
I know I just dropped you. I'm going to
Here I am. I'm
my pictures with this because he's delicious and I can help it.
Did you like hello? Hello, Dr.
He's delicious. Well, just one more little shot. Okay, there we go. Sorry, Dr. Proctor. Dr. Proctor, you know that all the women love you. Come on.
Oh my God. I have to tell you, when I first saw 1,000-pound breast friends coming out, and I was like, oh, look, it's another show about weight struggles. You know, I guess that's probably like that's one of the new things now. Right. And I didn't really think that I was going to connect as much as I did. I didn't think that I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. I'm really enjoying it. I actually...
The first one I had a little trouble getting into, but I noticed that the second episode, the more I'm getting to know the people that are on it, I'm the same. I'm like you. I'm starting to connect with them.
Right. And I know that next week's episode, Ashley is actually going back to Dr. Proctor. So I think that we're going to see more now of the best friends, all of them together. Right. I really, really, there was a lot I feel like I learned something about myself in this episode, and it was kind of comforting. I can see where a lot of people are going to relate to them, because it doesn't matter if you're 150 pounds, but at one time you were 120 pounds, or if you're 250 pounds and at one point you were 150 pounds.
Right.
I think that you're going to be able to relate, because there's 4 of them. So you're going to be able to relate to at least one of them in their weight loss.
Because they are all going through their own struggles, but
They're all going through the struggle.
The main thing they have in common is the weight issue.
Right. And I really hope that they do focus on the weight loss, because what I have noticed, even with like Dr. Now, with 1,000 Pound Sisters, they start to get away from the weight loss and more of the reality show, more of the drama.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Around it, more of the.
Yeah, I think there's enough drama in the world. Come on, we can do without that.
Dynamics between people, and then you're like, "Hey, did anybody lose weight this week?" Somebody lost weight,
right? Oh, your connection is so bad tonight. I feel really bad.
I think
you're breaking up.
I'm better.
Hold on, I'm gonna drop you
so I really hope.
Hold on.
Definitely.
Okay. That seems to help out for me. Okay.
I really think I have to. I gotta.
But
drop me down. Drop me down. You love doing that. See, this time you're not doing.
I would never do that. I would never. I don't know why she keeps saying. She keeps saying she just likes to drop me just because. I would never do that. But I would. We came back to
different fingers for you this time. Different fingers.
Fingers everywhere.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Still fighting.
Yeah, it's gonna be a couple weeks.
So on that note, for TLC shows. Okay, if y'all have a strong stomach and you want to see some really weird stuff, because I don't consider this show to be weird. I actually really like it.
Yes.
Stuck is the name of it. Just look up TLC Stuck.
I think the name says it all.
I think the name speaks for it. So let's just say a lot of people end up in the ER. So that is the name of it.
And they are not stuck. They're not stuck.
No. And I really think we should cover it. Let's see how it goes first.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go watch it.
It could be a little cringeworthy. I'm not sure.
Right.
I already read the I read the info on the first one and I was like, whoa, dang girl. Oops, Sally Mae says, Sally Mae's gonna she'll be there for it.
Stuff getting stuck. That should be the name of it. Stuck.
TLC
Getting stuck.
Thank you for giving us so much to come up here and talk about, because
weren't they the ones that also had that My Strange Addiction? That was kind of
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, that went away.
Do you remember My Strange Addiction?
Then there's adults adopting adults.
Yeah,
there's
good, because that was weird.
I don't understand that. Yeah, My Strange Addiction. Yeah. Glad it's done. Yeah, Sally Mae. Thanks for the reminder.
I don't know how it happens either. I don't know how it happens either. I don't know how adults adopt adults.
Well, if you remember on one of the seasons of Love After Lockup.
Yeah.
Of course,
Vince adopted not Puppy, but Puppy. He did adopt Puppy. Yeah, no, Vince adopted Puppy. Yeah. I don't know. He might still be her father for all we know. Right now, I don't know if they ever worked that out.
I don't know if they did either, because I think she wanted to stay away from him like most people do.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vince, but there's no love loss here.
Yeah.
I make myself very clear about that. Anyone who's involved in DV can just step aside.
Yes, exactly. Nope. 0.
I'm really kind of excited to see where this season's going to go. I've seen that there's some attitudes.
That's why
Primarily,
I feel like Vanessa.
I know exactly what you're thinking.
I really hope that Vanessa doesn't turn out 100%. She does have Tammy tendencies.
Yes,
she lashes out when she's pushed in a corner. I am sure that when she doesn't get what she wants, she can be really mean. But I feel like the difference between her and Tammy is Tammy didn't even try. Vanessa's trying. Tammy would have never gone to the public pool. She would have been like,
well,
no.
I'll tell you, the other difference is that Vanessa has 2 children that count on her.
Right, that's true too.
She has the children, and she has to be. I mean, in her mind, and she's saying the same thing too. I have to become healthier so that I can teach them to become healthier.
Right,
and that is true.
Yes,
that's true. So I'm hoping. I'm telling you, I'm hoping we got this 5% going on with her because I really want to see her do well. I really, really do. And if they could please go to Dr. Proctor every single episode, I would be extremely happy.
We have Dr. Proctor every episode.
Dr. Proctor, we adore you. Dr. Smith, we adore you too.
I was going to say, maybe can we have one episode where they go to Dr. Smith and see him because maybe they were doing a road trip? And then can they stop by and see Chris? That would be awesome.
I'm so jealous. I don't know if you follow Dr. Smith on Instagram, but
I do. I saw his beautiful.
He shared his Valentine's with his wife, and I was like,
yes. Aww. Oh, that's right, wife. Not fiance. I don't know why I thought it was his fiance.
No, I think it is fiance. I think you're right.
I think it's his fiance. Yeah.
Either way, it was super sweet, and I'm just like, oh man, he's like really nice even in real life. Come on.
Yes, I know. He just seems
where are those? Where are those guys?
Yeah, he seems like he is pretty
unicorns.
Where are the really nice where are the really nice surgeons? You know.
All right, y'all. We are going to finish this broadcast.
Yes.
But I am
going to reboot my computer.
Yes. Actually, mine's getting ready to reboot in about 2 hours because it told me you have to reboot your computer. I don't know why, but it's going to do it for me. So yes, we will most certainly be back. And I'm kind of thinking you and I will have to discuss, but I know I keep saying it. We do have a skit coming up, but we're thinking of adding a person, at least one, extra to it. So we got a little more layers going on with it that we got to work out. I still got that wig is waiting for me.
My wig is waiting.
And I think we should, if y'all are up for like game nights, let me know because I'm dying to do a game night. Thank you, Sally Mae. You too.
Thanks, Sally,
everybody, for being here. I know it's kind of a crazy night right now, and it's weird night. It's a full moon, y'all.
It is a full moon. All the craziness.
It's like that live sign back there. That's the moon. Full moon.
That's the moon right there. Right.
And I'm feeling every single ounce of that full moon tonight. Starting with the flat tire and then the other tire being flat. I'm like, so just think, if I would have flattened the little donut tire, then I would have really been screwed because I would have had 3 tires. Can't drive on 3 tires.
Nope, you wouldn't have been here tonight if you didn't have air in your spare.
Full moon in my work.
Yes, we're getting ready to end. You came in at the tail end, but it's so good to see you.
Is that howling at the moon? I think that's howling at the moon. That's me howling at the damn moon. All right, y'all. We're gonna peace out of here. We'll be back though because lots of good shows are coming up. Oh, yes. If I find out any new ones, I will share them on my 90-day page and my regular one and be like, yo, I'll even do a poll and see what y'all think would be one of the next really good ones to cover.
Yeah. I think everybody needs to go get stuck. That's what I think.
It comes on again tonight, so go look. TLC.
I know. I'm going to totally go watch
look it. Because I have it set to record and I'm a little scared to watch, but I'm not that scared. Thanks, Sherry.
Thanks, Sherry.
Yep. That's a like. Okay, great. Thank you, Sly. Everybody have a fabulous night. Somebody's dealing with my tire as we speak. Talk to y'all later. Bye.